Good morning. This is Johnny. I thought I'd make a video in the morning. It is January the 7th, 2020. It is 8:06 in the morning here in West Michigan. I'm just sitting here writing in my diary as I usually do. I'm on page 19 and I've been reading in the mornings Moses' Choice by Jeremiah Burroughs. The full title is Moses' Choice, with his eye fixed upon heaven, discovering the happy condition of a self-denying heart, delivered in a treatise upon Hebrews 11, verse 25 and 26. And I've been reading this off and on the last 2 months. And the text is, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. And I thought I would just read for a short period of time what I have been reading. I was looking at my online diet, Crooked Fingers, the last couple of years, and I used to quote a lot from my books in the mornings, or like commentaries, and I don't do that anymore. I don't know why. I try to make videos where I set forth my life, what I'm reading, what's on my mind, what I'm reading in the mornings for devotions. But I just thought I'd read this. Somebody at a day I was watching a booktube video, and they were reading from something, and I thought, hey, I just would read from something. And this chapter is on chapter 12, Who the Truly Wise Men Are, with encouragement to the saints and the happy choice they have made. And I'm just going to pick up where I was last reading. And let's see here, just start reading. That which is honest and virtuous is vile and contemptible to those whose body and central part is dear to him, said Seneca. I remember Lachius brought in a heathen who scorned the ways of Christians in this manner, thinking Christians to be fools when they see they should endure such things, and yet they would be Christians. Said he, quote, scorn us, condemn us, and despise us. We know our foolishness profits us, but let us alone with our foolishness. We do not envy your wisdom. We do not care though you count us fools, so long as you do not disturb us in our way. End of quote. True wisdom, he said, lies hidden there, where there is the title of fool, for God with affliction and with the same folly hides the beauty of godliness from the eyes of men. See, he says here, for God with affliction and with the name folly hides the beauty of godliness from the eyes of men. But this only wisdom, to know God, to worship God, to be religious, and for this, said the same author, with the greatest voice that I can speak, I testify and proclaim and denounce that this is the greatest wisdom. Let us be established in this, that it is only wisdom to choose the ways of God upon any terms. Let come what will come, let all sorrows and all afflictions to the outward man come, that possibly can come. This is the absolute wisdom. And this is my opinion and judgment. It is what I am thoroughly convinced of and shall forever rest and be settled in. Mark how Solomon, so glorious for wisdom, testified of grace in Proverbs chapter 1, verses 2 through 5. He heaped up several expressions to manifest what wisdom comes to the heart by godliness, for that is the scope there. It causes 1, to know wisdom, 2, instruction, 3, to perceive words of understanding, 4, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, judgment, and equity, 5, to give subtlety to the simple, not only understanding, but subtlety, and that notwithstanding all natural simplicity, those who in the world account simple ones, yet are by grace made subtle. They can decry the danger of subtle temptations. They will not be undermined for their souls. They will not be cozened and cheated by the subtle policies of the devil or world in the matter of their souls and the great things of eternal life, so as the great wise men of the world are. 6. Knowledge and discretion to the young man, and of all men and young men are most ignorant, most rash, and most heady. But grace gives knowledge and discretion both even to the young man. How many gracious young men have more understanding in the ways of God and can guide their way to heaven more discreetly than many ancient men who have repute in the world for wise and understanding men. 7. Yea, grace teaches wise counsels. Their counsels about their spiritual states are wise. Who now dares accuse the ways of godliness of folly when the Holy Ghost has honored them with so many various expressions of wisdom in them? This then is true wisdom, to choose with Moses rather to suffer affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. There is much encouragement to all God's people in the way and choice they have made. Has God given you a heart to make a choice of his ways? Oh, bless God, there was a time when you went on in giving pleasure to the flesh, and you saw then no better things than such kind of life. And the Lord has been pleased to reveal better things to you, so as to make you renounce your former ways and make choice of another way, in which your souls have found the manner of comfort, satisfactions, and contentments than you had before. Bless God, as David did. Blessed be the Lord that has given me counsel and made me to understand aright. So may such a soul say, had I been left to the counsel of my own heart, I do not know what would have become of me. I have as vile a heart as any, and my heart took as much delight in the flesh as any, and I should have gone on. God knows where it might be this time have plunged myself into the bottomless pit. My friend would have given me other counsels than to harden me in the ways of sinful pleasure. Harden me in my ways of sinful pleasure, but blessed be God who has overpowered my heart. How many do I see every day whose parts of nature exceed mine, and yet they are mistaken in the things that concern their everlasting welfare. They mind no other things than the pleasures of the flesh. They stumble at the meanness of God's people, and this hides the beauty of godliness from their eyes. And what a great mercy is this, that God has taken this stumbling block from me, and that he has opened my eyes to see pearls, though wrapped up in rotten rags, and to see the excellency of godliness, notwithstanding all the afflictions that attend upon them. Certainly it is no other but a beam of God's own light from heaven that has shone into your heart. It is a remarkable passage that we have in Isaiah 44:20 through 21, where God shows the difference between those who have forsook the true God and his people who chose him to be their God. God stirs up his people to remember forever this mercy of his towards them, that they should be delivered from their deceit and vanity thereby. Others were deluded and guided in a right and safe way to be servants of the blessed God. As for idolaters, he feeds upon ashes. A deceived heart has turned him aside, so that he cannot deliver his soul, nor say, is there not a lie in my right hand? Now mark what follows. Remember these, O Jacob and Israel, that thou art my servant. It is as if he should say, do you see how others have left God and God has left them? They feed upon ashes and seduce their heart. A seduced heart has deceived them. But it's otherwise with you. God has put into your hearts to be my servants and to choose me for your God. Remember forever these things, O Jacob. Here is a mercy indeed, never to be forgotten. How does it come to pass that your heart should not be so seduced as theirs? It is God's free grace and rich mercy towards you. And his mercy is the greater in that it is in such a weighty thing that the Lord has given you counsel to make a right choice in. If a man makes an ill choice in a matter that is of importance, that will bring him trouble in this life. How he is grieved, as in marriage, when he is to make a choice in that one thing upon which he knows the comfort or trouble of his life much depends. If the Lord has so provided for him that he has made a good choice, only in that, how he blesses God is that which sweetens all his life. If it is such a mercy to be guided to make a good choice in marriage, what a mercy it is to be guided to make a good choice for one's soul, to be happy for all eternity. If the Lord should leave a soul in that choice, what a lamentable condition had the soul been in. And therefore, those who have any savor of godliness, if they are to change the condition of their lives, they will seek God and be earnest that God would guide them and not leave them to themselves, and take advantage to punish their former sins in their choice now. If you are to make a choice that concerns the outward comforts of your lives, you would earnestly desire God not to leave you there. Now you are to make your choice for eternal condition. If God should leave you now, what a lamentable condition you would be in, as if he leaves most in the world. As soon as we come to years of discretion, we come to make our choice, either to go on the ways of God or in the ways of death. How many young ones make a woeful choice in the beginning and go on and are hardened in their choice and perish forever? And has the Lord looked upon you and just considered how likely you would be to fail in your choice? And has the Lord been pleased to come in with his Spirit and a light from heaven to show you the way? Have you heard a voice from heaven saying, "This is the way, walk in it"? Though God should leave you in all outward things, yet you are safe forever. And therefore you may say, as did Judas, not Iscariot, "Lord, how is it that thou wilt manifest thyself unto us, and not unto the world?" Lord, wherefore it is that in this great business of my choice that concerns my eternal state, thou art pleased to reveal thyself to me, a poor, contemptible creature, rather than the world. So that's the kind of thing I read in the morning. Moses' Choice by Jeremiah Burroughs. And like I said, this is a Tuesday morning, and my wife will soon be home from work, and she'll go to bed. And it looks cold and cloudy outside this morning, and I don't know. I'll probably just hang around the house today, reading and writing, and just kind of just living a simple Christian life. So I hope you have a good day, and until next time, bye.